fine.
Well, let's see how tonight goes. Maybe we won't need to worry about it come next week.
You'll all be dead. I'm gonna stay here with Davidson.
Yes, where it's safe.
Yeah, that's right. Where you see death coming straight on.
Now let me try some plosives. Papa pear.
Davidson, can I get audio check?
Check. The tree grows.
Perfect. Everyone's great.
All right.
I've got everyone. What was this hospital thing, Bensk?
Oh, Jackson tackled Abby in the park, and I guess took her down the.
Sacked.
Yeah, her shoulder was dislocated. Yep.
Good.
Yeah.
Whap.
All right. Okay. To the
Anyways, so Glib, your vision hovers over your own still, sodden body, seeing it from a detached perspective as it is hauled from the dark sea surrounding Saltzhelm. Razumith, you sputter and eject salt water and bay slime from your lungs and sinuses, temporarily drained from your valiant exertions. You can hear the guard next to you making some sardonic remarks as you flop onto the wood decking, but for the moment you are too stunned to attend or take action. Isfahan, you dig in your heels and slide to a halt as your mad dash to help is interrupted by the unfolding situation. A bell's ring peals out in response to the guard's call of alarm. You hear it coming from the opposite side of the bay. Checking your surroundings, concerned about the group of guards potentially still behind you, you take note of a distant form moving about on the great balcony beneath the enormous rose window of the keep, a slight yet very tall form in flowing scarlet garb. Glib, you're again aware of your body. Something liquid, metallic and cool is running down your throat. The panic you experience as your recent memory crystallizes immediately dissolves, and you slip into a deep, infinitely comforting sleep, alive, yet unconscious. Razumith, shaking yourself, you see the guard leaning over Glib's body. You can't quite make out what he's doing, but over his shoulder, you notice Isfahan in the distance, screeching to a halt, exposed in the street. What do you do?
I'm going to question the guard. What have you done?
You will be fine presents to Our Lady. Isfahan, from your position you notice one and then two guards appear, those already actively searching for the party, nearer than the others.
Crap, I gotta get out of sight. He's gonna attempt to gain the tower and whatever meager cover it may provide there, and get a better look at that keep balcony.
You see this tall, elegant female form with long, flowing red hair in this scarlet dress. She's particularly noticeable in the darkness of the afternoon on account of her extreme pallor, her very white skin. And you can see two heavily built, sturdy, tall knights flanking her. Her head suddenly turns in your direction, and you make direct eye contact with flashing, yellowish eyes.
Shit!
The two guards who first arrived on the scene come level with the tower that you're taking cover at, Isfahan, and one of them turns and begins to climb the ladder steps.
Isfahan has the intention to do a solid snake off the back.
Oh.
And try and hang.
You whip out around the edge. However, you definitely scrape the stones a little louder than you would have wished. And hanging from your position, you hear the guard's boots turn on a 90-degree angle and pace towards you. Razumith, you're approached by another soldier. He confidently strides abreast of the other guard, and they begin making small talk, having to do with Kramer primarily. Apparently, he was quite a bastard. Isfahan, coming back to you, the guard reaches the edge of the tower, and as he does so, you tumble. Unwillingly, you fall from the tower into the salty bay below you. Razumith,
Chainmail.
you saw Isfahan from the moment he swept himself over the tower, and you clench your jaw as he plummets into the sea, sending up a plume of water. Both of the guards stop their conversation and turn in the direction, somewhat shocked. Isfahan, let's do an athletics check, man. The current takes you.
That is the emissary from Thamiana. Please, help him.
Let's make a charisma check here. They dislike your fancy talk, and they rather dismiss what you were saying and just move to the edge of the pier. Your educated speak sounds faggy to them.
Speaks like a fag, too.
There's a term I haven't heard in a long time.
Isfahan, let's have you make another athletics check to fight the current.
All right. I'm already drowning. Let's see how well I can drown. Really
Yeah.
well, apparently.
You're swept away past
Oh,
the
dear.
soldiers who now reach out for you, grip you by the collar, Isfahan, and fish you bodily out of the water. You now lie in a sprawling heap.
Well, I guess we're going to actually finally meet the Lord of the Keep, and not the one we thought we were going to meet.
Isfahan, the guards look down at you derisively. What are you doing here?
I am Isfahan of Kiral.
Give him the nectar. Give him the nectar.
This one is stink. Yeah, that's some stink. Like old lady stink. We are taking you under arrest. Your interesting friends, they will meet the lady, for the time is almost upon us. Essentially, you guys are being escorted to your respective positions.
Nearly died, getting taken away again. Sehr gut. Yeah, Isfahan's going to go along with it.
Let's see where it goes to.
On that note, Glib, the rhythmic movement of Razumith's steady walk wakes you from your slumber. You regain 1 hit point as you regain consciousness, and you descend into the space of the dark ritual. Before you is a long hallway, its construction reminiscent of the strange doorway beneath the Saltzheim Hotel. Organic, not quite carved, not quite chiseled. It's flanked on either side by more of these ghoulish, humanoid sea beast statues, these ones even more deformed in their appearance. Their otherworldly expressions evoke both malevolence and a kind of religious ecstasy. The guard following you stops, gestures for you to walk ahead. At the end of this corridor, another doorway, and a cloaked, hooded figure waiting before it. What is that smell? This stink has followed us from the keep. Why were you not relieved of your weapons? You will drop them immediately, or you are dead now. Isfahan, he points his sword towards you.
I would like to quickly produce my dagger and slash at his neck.
It scrapes the exterior of his breastplate. He is in fact stunned by your aggression. We'll go to the top of the turn order, and it's to you, Isfahan.
Yeah, lean into this. Isfahan, taking the opportunity with a slight distraction, is going to pivot on his heel into like a whirlwind bat strike towards the guard.
Wait, who's carrying me?
Oh, shit.
Razumith, tell me you dunked Glib again, please.
That's why I rolled the 2. It's because my shoulder was borne down.
That's
by,
right, exactly.
This
Yeah.
freaking
Just like-
gnome on my shoulder.
Isfahan,
Oh, fuck.
yeah, your Kanabo strikes him in the armor plating, bounces off. Glib, the turn is to you.
Glib is quickly going to look at this guy's feet. He's going to go into his many pockets and pull out the small blade that he found in the mayor's house and stick it into the guy's foot.
you plunge towards the doubly surprised knight. The blade bounces off his plate mail armor and goes skidding off out of your hand. Razumith, the turn is to you.
I just want to try and tackle him to the ground.
He strikes back with a counterattack, inflicting 2 points of damage. You succumb to your wounds. Withdrawing his sword from your body, he turns his gaze at Glib, the horrible Tonberry. Seal the door! Alert the lady! And from down in the hallway, you hear a scuffling, and Isfahan, the turn comes to you.
Okay, fuck it. Isfahan's going to attack the guard with vigor.
The Kanabo fails to find a weak point. Glib, it's to you.
He's going to scramble towards the knife. I'm still on the ground, so I guess I'm going for his leg now.
Go for his groin.
Glib, your blade strikes true, deep, and the man screams in agony and actually falls to the ground, clutching at the wound. From behind you, you hear frustrated cursing. Isfahan, you might have seen a blue flash over your shoulder illuminate the dark.
Glib will strike again, seeing as it seems to have such a great effect.
Your knife finds another weak point and he screams again. Now, the man, incensed, rises to his feet. He's unable to score a hit, Glib. Down the corridor, Isfahan, you see the hooded figure. Another flash of blue sparks, and nothing happens. The turn is to you. He has a panic-stricken look on his face.
Cease your heinous conjurations! And he's going to strike him down.
In his panic, he happens to duck in just the right direction. Your Kanabo cleaves into the stone wall, unfortunately missing its target. And Glib, the turn is to you.
Glib is going to strike again, too.
Your blade rings out. Again, a wound, definitely one that he notices, and the fight goes on. The cut and thrust, parry and slash. He strikes back, Glib. 2 damage. Razumith, I apologize. I just realized we've gone a few turns without rolling your death damage. Thankfully, it was not too severe, and you simply remain bleeding moderately out on the ground.
You're vaguely bleeding.
Yeah.
Joy!
Isfahan, you're now in close combat with this poor guy, and he meekly swings at you with his short staff.
Isfahan's in like a red haze here. He's going to strike at the guy again. A cross smash at the man's collarbone here.
Your Kanabo, in fact, dents his body. His thorax crushes inward, and he, like a rag doll, slams into the wall completely still. He is dead.
Smashing this guy down. He's going to turn on his heel and race back towards Glib.
Glib will strike again.
He deftly redirects your blow this time, Glib, and comes back with a slash of his own, which fails to catch anything but air as you maneuver out of the way.
Isfahan wants to interpose himself between the guard and Razumith and attempt to apply some medicine to Razumith while shielding him with his body. Huzzah!
Huzzah!
Razumith, you are back to 0 hit points, unconscious, but no longer dying. It's good to have a cleric around. If only you had a fighter.
I'm going to take a measured step back and strike with the Kanabo.
Your blow, perfectly timed, he's not expecting it, crushes his helmet, and he falls like a heap to the ground. You hear his dying word, "Lady."
I had him.
Yes, Glib, I know you're very proficient. You're stabbing about very effectively. But perhaps he has something useful.
Glib is going to pat him down and see if he can find anything of use.
You do find the pitted stone that he used.
All he's got is this stupid stone. He doesn't even have any gold. I'll see if I can open these doors.
Razumith, oddly, you regain consciousness for no evident reason.
Oh, you're awake. You started the party. We finished it.
Oh. Well done.
Now we've got to get out of here. Isfahan, what do you see down there? Is there a way out down there?
Isfahan will throw a glance to this barrier here.
It's more like a valve, as if the corridor comes together and pinches off fingers almost that have tightened in this circular grasping formation.
Just call out to Glib. A very bizarre gateway, I would call it. A couple of strange indentations on either side. He produces his pitted stone and says, "This is a particularly strange object that the brute Kramer had on his person."
In this awkward silence, the party can hear a rhythmic pulsing sound like a beating heart.
We are in hell.
Glib, how goes on those strange rock faces?
How did we even get down here? I woke up and we were down in this pit. There doesn't seem to be a typical lock on these things.
Try putting that little stone into it. We saw the guards do something similar.
There you go.
No, well, yeah, the door sweeps open and a cool vacuum pulls the air around you. You can hear a hollow blowing as wind travels down a long, dark passage. There's a stairwell ahead of you, Glib. It's rather steep and it descends for quite some way out of view, and a terrible, rank smell, the backdraft flowing back out. A horrifying smell.
Well, I don't want to go down there. Let's try the other door.
The door swings open, and this time, instead of the horrible rank stink that greeted you before, the smell of the sea billows back towards you.
I like this. I like this direction. Shall we just call it a day and get the fuck out of here?
A good course of action. Yes.
You know, Willem talked about a possible cave entrance. I found that cave entrance, but there was a lot of death in there. So I didn't think it was a good idea. Perhaps this doorway connects with the path I saw from the other side. This could be a way out.
But there's danger, perhaps.
Whatever. Any place away from here.
I will follow your lead.
Glib is going to go into his backpack, pull out a torch, and light his torch.
Leading the way with your torch aloft, you step into the dark corridor, and we'll put a period on it for tonight, guys.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Great time. Thanks.
And you kind of kicked ass tonight.
That was excellent.
Radical. Well, guys, thanks again, and love you guys. Look forward to talking to you soon.
Love, brother.
Have a good night.